Welcome back. This is Ash coming to you for another great video. In this short video, I want you to get the most value into improving your quality of your life. And one of the topics I'm talking about, I'm not talking about making more money and being financially free and all that good stuff we talk about. This is a very important topic, and this is about preventing identity theft. All right. Most of you people hear that today, with so much data we have on our computers, on our phones. Did you know that the phone we have right now is more powerful than the computer we had 20 years ago, the desktop, those big ones with those big monitors? Yeah, that's right. Your iPhone even has more power than that. So this is why it's important to protect our data, to use the right software that we can find out there. And I'm going to be talking about that at the end of this video. So you're going to get a free bonus. So make sure you stick to the end on that. Now, this video is going to be talking about how to prevent identity theft and also what you can do to make sure that doesn't happen to you. And one of the ways is to have enough data in your phones and on your computers. So let's talk about this. So in today's crucial time, the topic is affecting millions globally and could impact anyone at any time. In this session, we'll delve deep into why being security conscious is crucial, sharing some alarming statistics, and discussing proactive measures you can implement today to protect your personal information. Stick around until the end and we'll go over this exclusive offer as I mentioned. Okay, so first of all, understanding what is identity theft. Identity theft occurs when someone steals your personal information, such as your name, your social security, or your credit card details, and uses them without your permission. Not a good deal. This can happen through various means, including online scams, data breaches, and even physical theft of documents. Okay, why it's important to talk about this in our increasing digital world is where even financial transactions are conducted online, our information is more vulnerable than ever. This underscores the importance of understanding how to protect and stay informed about potential threats. By understanding the mechanism of identity theft, will become more and better equipped to prevent and to mitigate its potential damages. So let's talk about some statistics here. Here's some startling ones highlighted in the examples here. Okay, according to the Federal Trade Commission, over 5 million identity theft have been reported just in 2022. That's just a couple of years ago. So it's probably closer to 5.5 by now. This indicates that every few seconds, someone's becoming a victim of this crime. The result, financial losses from identity theft have exceeded over $3.3 billion annually in the U.S. alone, highlighting severe economic impact alongside of personal inconvenience. Yeah, imagine the stress you get. Man, it's crazy. Why does this happen? Identity theft occurs due to several factors. This is easy due to personal data online, with billions of data recorded and being exposed through breaches annually. Phishing scams. This is where individuals are tricked into giving away their personal information and becoming increasingly sophisticated. Furthermore, major companies facing data breaches, compromise, and information of thousands or even millions, exposing them to identity theft. This is why with AI technology, we have to be even more careful. Sometimes we don't even know if you're communicating with a bot, an AI, or is it a live person. That is one of the reasons I like to use Zoom, Google Meets to do my meetings rather than just doing it on the phone, especially if you're going to be doing any transactions, by the way. Final impact. Okay, identity theft can lead to unauthorized credit card charges, drained accounts, and even losses taken into your name. The financial and emotional toll of resolving these issues can be significant. And this is why it's important to protect our credit cards. You can see here that these cards that we have, right, can obviously put you in a position where if you're not having a secured wallet system, which can actually deflect any kind of robbers out there that are trying to steal your data, putting into a secured wallet. All right, emotional and physical impact. Victims often, experience stress, anxiety, and horrifying senses of vulnerability. The process of reclaiming one's identity is not only time-consuming, but also emotionally taxing. and beyond immediate financial damages, identity theft can long-last effects on your credit score, which can complement efforts of obtaining loans, mortgages, and other essential factors, even getting hired in a good company. Did you know they look at your credit score? Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you some my 2 ounces on this, is that preventing it, that identity theft. This is very important. As you know, most people have a thing with their neck. They are always down, looking down on their phone, even when they're walking or going somewhere. This means that other people can look at your phone, and if you don't have a special screen on your phone that deflects anybody from looking at it directly, unless they're looking at it directly on your phone, they have to be in at least a 90-degree or close to a 90-degree angle to look at your phone. So for example, if your phone is here and somebody sitting next to me can see your screen, there's an opportunity for you to be vulnerable of giving up your data or your information. So make sure you're using little things like that. And when you're walking outside, look at it this way. When you're walking, keep your eyes open. Focus on where you're going, not on your phone. Even during driving, why do they say texting and driving? And I'll tell you, even with the phone in front of you while you're driving, takes your eyes off. And this could lead to other consequences as well. But remember, when you are aware of what's around you, you can protect yourself. And when you're focusing too much on your device, because they're with us, around us, when we sleep, when we get up, this is one of the biggest problems why people have breaches on their data, because there's other people who are looking at you and looking at your phone. You may not even know it. Let's continue. Why you need to be more proactive. Waiting to act on after identity has been compromised is a reactive measure that often involves sustained effort to recover damages. Prevention, however, is a proactive measure that can help mitigate risk before they turn into problems. So again, being more aware. What can you do? Start with using strong, unique personal passwords online and change them regularly. All right, employ password phrases and password managers where applicable. Enable a 2-factor authentication and account for extra layer of security. Regular monitoring, bank credit, and statements of suspicious activity. The quicker you spot your transactions, the easier it is to stop further. Okay, let's stop here for a second. I know where some people are going to go crazy because they're going to be so overly cautious, and they're going to be like living in a cave in Montana, want to be secured with their information. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Just use common sense, because if you are aware of what's going on around you, okay, that's enough. You don't necessarily have to have everything that's mentioned here, thanks to ChatGPT giving me this information, but just use common sense. You don't necessarily have to go crazy and do overwhelmingly protect your data that much, but there's other softwares that you can see that can help you do that. Okay. For example, if I'm at home, I put my computers where I know that the windows, for example, before I had it set up behind me, and people from outside can actually, if they had a telescope or binoculars, actually look into it. So make sure you are positioned in your house even, and how you have your computers set up. If they're near a window, or can somebody from outside. So little things like that, but just keep your head up and keep focused on what's going around you, okay? Regular monitoring and bank and credit card statements for suspicious activity. In other words, don't be overly like making sure you're like this, going through every day and figuring out to finding, culprits who are stealing your data. Live a normal life, but just be cognizant of using the right tools, okay? All devices secured. This is important. Ensuring that your devices, phones have enough data. This doesn't say that here, but I'm going to talk about that here. And below this, you're going to see a link here. Okay. Phones and tablets are equipped with equivalent antivirus software. This is also first line of defense against cyber threats. Using VPN to protect internet connections, especially on public Wi-Fi, which can often be unsecured and vulnerable hackers. Okay. It also depends on what you're looking into when you are off into another Wi-Fi. Don't go on to secure websites. I would recommend staying away and getting to your bank accounts and stuff like that, okay? Sometimes if you're in the library, for example, you're using their Wi-Fi, be careful of that, all right? Be wary of phishing scams. Avoid clicking on suspicious links and opening and attachments from unknown sources. Verifying and URLs closely to authentic. Be careful of opening even your emails. If you don't see it's a common email, I would not even open the emails, okay? Educate yourself on common phishing strategies. Teach these in your family members as well. Aware, cautious, and prevent many attempts using succeeding. Okay, educate yourself, stay informed with others about the latest scams and techniques used in identity thefts. Read resources, attending webinars, participate in communities, education programs as well. Share your knowledge with family and friends and your broader network to ensure they are also protected. The more informed the community is, the harder it is for them to identify who you are. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. I'm going to send you a link right here below this video. Check it out. This is to help you also protect your data and to have enough data, because one of the reasons we found is when we don't have enough data, our computers get slowed down and therefore we're just not cognizant of how to protect it properly. So check it out. I hope this makes sense. I will talk to you in the next video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and a like and share this on the people who you know it could help. Okay, make it a great day. Bye-bye.